Hi everyone! I don't know that I've ever been more antsy to do a video than I am for this one. If you missed my previous video about this brand called Kaleidos makeup, I will link it in the upper right hand corner for you. They are my favorite new brand out on the market. And the first video I did for them was for their Futurism collection as it existed as of just a few days ago, which includes 3 very incredible eyeshadow palettes. So that video reviews all 3 of those, swatches all the shades in all 3 of those, and I do application of those shades for a look. Now, coming up soon will be 2 additional palettes added to Kaleidos Makeup's Futurism collection, and those are these 2 palettes. So if you are interested to see what's inside of these, to see how they swatch, and I do 2 separate looks, one for each of the palettes if you want to see how they apply and see what looks I create using the shades, then this is the video for you. I really hope you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on videos like this. Also make sure you follow Allura Beauty on Instagram. The username will be in the description box as well. Oh, and of course, if you missed the most recent video that was published, I will also link that in the upper right hand corner for you to watch. All right, let's get looking at these 2 new amazing palettes. So for information about what Kaleidos makeup is all about, the background of the brand, all that kind of information, go see the previous video for that information. I won't recap all of that here. What I will say is that I don't think I have been ever so impressed by the quality and consistency, as well as the artistry and creativity of any eyeshadow palettes, or in general any brand, until I came across Kaleidos makeup. So that is mainly why I am so very excited to be able to provide to you in this video a sneak peek of these 2 upcoming palettes. They are not yet available. I believe they will launch on August 6th on Kaleidos Makeup's website. I will put the link to the website in the description box below so you can go over to purchase. I don't have any affiliate links. I don't get any sort of cash back on any of your purchases. It's purely because I truly think that their products are incredible. I cannot wait for even more things to come out from this brand, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. So these should be available in the next few days. Even though these palettes are limited edition, meaning they are not permanently added to the Futurism line, only the first 3 palettes that are already on the website are permanent in the range. Despite that, these are still the same price. They are $24 each, and they contain 6 eyeshadows in each of the palettes. For $24, that is just an incredible price. Now, if you want to purchase 3 of the eyeshadow palettes, it sounds like any 3 you can choose from of the 5, that bundle will retail for $59. And if you want to get all 5 of the palettes in the range or in the collection, that will retail for $99. So $100 for 5 palettes, meaning $20 each. I just think that that is an incredible buy, regardless of whether you purchase them individually or all of them together to get an even steeper discount. I am amazed at how affordable these palettes are, given the quality of the shadows and the creativity. Now, before we get into swatches, I do want to mention that in the VR Neon palette, these 2 shimmering shades here have a brand new formula. Kaleidos says that it's a special combination of duochrome and glitter. And then in the Electro-Turquoise palette, they also have these 2 shimmering shades, and these also have that new formula. That's the mix of duochrome and glitter. All right, let's move on to swatches, and then I will take you through the application and the looks that I created using these 2 new limited edition palettes. So here are what the 2 new palettes look like in terms of their outer design and packaging. Just like with the original palettes, these are magnetic and they kind of fold open like pamphlets. So the Futurism 4 palette has this design on the outside with these silver accents. Flap closes magnetically and the palette itself opens up. You get your 6 shadows inside. You also get that lengthwise mirror. Here are your shades from left to right. As always, we will be applying these over eyeshadow primer with an eyeshadow brush. If the formula for a certain shade seems like it would need a different kind of application, like foiling or just pressing it on with the fingers, I will show you those methods also. Here's a look at the artistry on the inside. And then the Futurism 5 Electro-Turquoise palette. That's what the outside looks like. Has some hollow accents on there. This one has a more reflective metallic surface to it, but again, opens and closes via the magnet. Folds open like this. Here are the shades in this palette. And that design that continues on the inside flap. And with each palette you also get a plastic insert that has the names of each of the shades. So I'm actually going to start by swatching the Futurism 5 palette, which is the Electro-Turquoise palette, because I think it has less of a chance of staining my skin, and I don't want the staining to interrupt or impede the swatching of the colors for you. So from the Futurism 5 palette, we'll start by swatching the shade Wired. This is a matte, deep coffee brown. Second is the shade Digiteal. And this is a matte, very true teal shade. Shade 3 is Tron. And this is a super metallic-y, shimmery, absolutely stunning kind of aqua teal color with a silver and gold sheen. Fourth is Voltaic. And this is a very fun, bright, almost neon-y matte tangerine. It's so hard to do these kinds of shades well with a matte formula, but that is showing up great on the skin. Fifth is Force Field. And I'm not pressing hard with my brush on these pans. This one is a matte, more like a Tiffany blue color. And sixth is Shockwave. And this is a glittery, metallic, frosted silver shade. Seems to have both small and slightly larger sized glitter particles. All right, beautifully formulated palette. All those mattes go on very smoothly and with great pigmentation, and those two metallics are very blinding. I don't think it's necessary, but let's say you wanted to apply the metallic shades with your fingers instead. Here is Tron and Shockwave. This will help reduce fallout, but not quite as impactful in terms of the level of color and opacity as with the brush swatches. Of course, you could layer them. Let's go ahead and try that out. They're very soft to the touch, no grittiness that you can feel at all. All right, so those are the two shimmering shades applied with the fingers. All right, and then we'll go back to the Futurism 4 palette, which is the VR Neon palette, starting with the shade Hologram. This is a very metallic, shimmering golden tangerine shade. Second is Easter Egg. And this is another metallic shade. This is a really impactful fuchsia magenta color. Shade 3 is Game Over. And this is a matte orange red. Fourth is the shade Boss. And this is a very bright neon-y orange. It's like that classic hazard orange with a matte formula. Shade 5 is Level Up. And this is a bright neon yellow. And sixth is Glitch. Ooh, which is a matte lime green. All right, there are your 6 shades. It is so difficult to do neons and then put them in a matte formula and do it well. And these are beautiful. These matte neon-y bright shades with matte finishes are smooth. They are opaque. You don't have to layer them a bunch. And then of course the first 2 metallic shades, just smooth, super shimmery, beautiful. And let's go ahead and swatch the shimmering shades with the fingers. Hologram, ooh, so pretty. And Easter egg. Hologram's not quite a duochrome, but it has a duo color kind of quality to it. So, so pretty, as with all of the metallics from all of the Futurism palettes. So when it came to the Electro-Turquoise palette, I used most of the matte shades and then the shimmering kind of aqua teal color. And I found it very easy to work with the mattes. They blended really nicely and layered very nicely. And I didn't get a lot of fallout when I patted on the shimmering teal turquoise color. Now that partly is because I did spritz it down before I patted it onto the lid, and that really helps with minimizing the fallout. When it came to the VR Neon palette, I used all of these matte shades and then the orange shimmering shade. So the only shade I didn't use in this look was the fuchsia shimmering shade. These neon mattes are so good. And like I kind of mentioned during the swatches, it's really hard to get bright neon colored shades like this to have great pigmentation, to be smooth, and to have that vibrancy to them. On top of that, to make them in a matte formula as opposed to something with shimmer in it, that makes it even more difficult. Kaleidos has done an incredible job. As you can see in this application, I did not layer these on top of any sort of base. I did put on a little bit of eyeshadow primer, and then I did put on some concealer because bright shades like this oftentimes stain the skin, so I kind of wanted to try to avoid that as much as possible. But I was at first tempted to put down a base, a white cream base to make the shades pop even more, but then I changed my mind because I wanted to show you what kind of effect you could get truly just using the pigment without that white base to help the contrast. And you can see in this look, the vibrancy and pigmentation on these are superb, even without the help of a base. Now, of course, if you put them over a base, they will pop even more if that's what you wanted, but these absolutely can stand alone. They have their own legs for quality and smoothness. In tapping on that orange gold shade on top, I did not this time use any sort of spritz or spray or mixing medium, and I did get some fallout on the cheeks, so I wiped that off before I did the rest of my makeup. And it's not quite as vibrant as it would be if you did spritz it beforehand, so this just allows you to see what kind of effect you get if you did not use a spray on top. And at the end of the day, just like my original video reviewing the 3 original palettes in the Futurism collection from Kaleidos, I really just don't have anything bad to say. I can't think of anything from the design of the packages. They're quite sleek, lightweight, compact. The way that they are designed to be folded keeps them very secure and safe, so you could easily travel with them. They're not heavy, they're not bulky. They contain a mirror inside to help you in being able to create a look without having to grab a separate mirror. The quality of the shadows themselves are phenomenal. You can see in terms of smoothness, blending, pigmentation, opacity for the mattes, and then likewise the incredible shimmer and shine and gleam that you get on the metallic and shimmering shades. I mean, I guess you could argue that they should find some magical way to make shimmering shades have zero fallout, but no company on this earth has that unless it's like a cream formula. So I don't have any criticisms that I can think of. Of course, when it comes to the color stories, you know, if the turquoise theme is not your style or not your taste, or with the neons, of course, these are very bright in your face shades, and if that just doesn't suit your style or doesn't suit your practical everyday life, then that might make you not interested in these. But those are completely subjective things, and that has nothing to do with the quality of the shades. So it's an A+, once again. I think that if these are even slightly of interest to you, given the very low price point on these, you should go ahead and try at least one of the palettes from Kaleidos Makeup, because I really don't think that you will be disappointed. Let's say you are only interested in 4 of the shades for $24. I still think that that's worth it. Go ahead, give some of them a try, and I really think you will enjoy and have fun with some of these palettes. All right, I hope you enjoyed getting a sneak peek of these palettes. Thank you so much to Kaleidos for sending them along and allowing me to show you guys beforehand, before they even launch, so that you can buy them right away if it's something that you're interested in. If you do end up purchasing any of the palettes from the brand, please let me know in the comment section below. Which one did you buy? How did you like it? I have a friend here on YouTube. Her channel name is Beauty Riot X. I'll put her handle in the description box below. You can go check out her channel. She, after seeing my original video on the original 3 palettes, purchased them on her own and reviewed them and tried them out, and also really loved them. She's quite sassy and real, which I really love and like in the channels that I watch and the people I watch too. So make sure you go check her out. I really love to hear you guys give me feedback in terms of things that I recommend that you try out yourself. If you end up not liking it for any reason, just letting me know why, but especially if you do end up purchasing them and really loving them or liking them, it's really nice to hear those things also. All right, I hope you had fun. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the next video.